Internet that's everything you imagine, and then some. Quantum Fiber, your world unleashed. Sign up today and get internet with a price for life. Keep your internet service monthly rate for as long as you keep your plan. Internet service monthly rate subject to continued plan availability.
Actually, that's 18 to 25, so you're not.
Hey, wait.
I've grown out of the rose.
Where in the world have you... I mean, I don't ever say anything to you because it's not worth it.
And nobody likes talking to him.
Where the hell did you come up with this? 18 to 25. You know it's 30 to 40.
Yeah.
No, come on, man.
Lawyer Lambert.
Like 18? I don't know.
Rosie, you said it yourself.
You're debating with yourself, Rose.
Max?
Morning tough break, even 30 to 40, Martins.
Oh, man.
Oh, you're
I'm
out.
out.
Yep.
I'm just fine right now.
All right, Jonathan Greenard in like 35 minutes, but we got some sports to discuss before we talk Apple Orchards with Jonathan Greenard.
Apple Orchards.
It's time for Fan 5, brought to you by Builders and Remodelers.
Thanks, Builders and Remodelers. Bills won last night 23-20 over the New York Jets. They didn't get that post-coach firing boost.
No.
They did get a Hail Mary right before halftime, though. Rodgers just launched it, and Alan Lazard came down with it. That is the fourth Hail Mary of Aaron Rodgers' career. But not enough. The Bills hold on, 23-20.
That game was
the Bills are 4-2.
so disjointed. They had a penalty pretty much every other play. I mean, I think they had the most penalty minute.
I think it was 30.
Penalty minutes, not a hockey game. The numbers of penalties, just it disrupts the game so much that you just expect anytime there's a good play, there'll be a holding call or an interference call or something. But the Jets are in trouble. That organization's a mess. It starts at the top. Woody Johnson might be the worst owner in sports. He's just he is.
No, the worst owner in sports is the Pohlads.
Well, they're not close. That could be post. But I mean, just in terms of running an organization, running it into the ground, and not having, I guess Belichick, I didn't see it last night. I was watching the regular broadcast, but he was ripping on the Jets pretty good when he knows them. He knows them better than anyone.
Yeah. And right after you fire a coach, if the coach was the problem, you would think you see a much better team on the field.
Yeah.
Not the case.
No.
So maybe the coach wasn't the problem.
They're just not that good.
The Jets
They're
are
just
still
not
the Jets.
a good team.
No, they haven't been for decades.
No.
They should be, though. On paper, their defense is loaded. Their offense has a lot of weapons.
Good.
They just can't figure it out, but they're 2-4.
I think I heard last night they have 14 first-round picks on their roster, the most in the league.
Rodgers had 294 yards, but they just showed this stat on SportsCenter.
Oh, they're talking about the Jets?
Or I guess it's technically get up.
It's get off.
Get off the wagon.
That is the 28th consecutive game that Rodgers has not thrown for 300 yards. Now, sure, it's 294. It's the same thing.
Right.
Yeah.
But
who's keeping
if you're keeping track, that is the longest streak in the NFL right now. 28 consecutive games not throwing 300 yards. That doesn't sound like Aaron Rodgers, right? He should be putting up 400 once in a while.
Yeah.
If he's his own self.
Wow. Body language speaks volumes, but he just looks like, oh, man, what the hell is going on here?
He didn't like the officiating, too, after the game.
No, he did not.
He even ripped the roughing the passer that was called against him, right? One of the defenders.
Really
He's
bad.
like, even that was garbage.
Right.
Didn't like the officiating overall last night.
No, it was hard to watch as a fan just because there were flags every play. So, anyway.
He even referenced Sarcastoball, which is a South Park reference.
Is brilliant.
Oh, is that right?
Just saying how bad the officiating was. He said something like, if we're going to play this, we might as well just play Sarcastoball.
Yeah.
So he watches South Park.
Which is great.
I think he just wants Matt and Trey to leave him alone.
Yeah, not make fun of him.
So you praise South Park so you don't end up in an episode. Has Aaron Rodgers ever been referenced on South Park? He seems like the kind of guy they would make fun of.
I think
you know what I mean?
Has. Or not make fun of. He's kind of their guy.
Is he?
Well, that's something that they would like. I don't think he's ever been made fun of. I would bet he knows them.
Why would they like him?
Yeah,
he seems like the
he's-
exact guy they
no,
would
it's a-
tease.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't know. He's weird like they are.
I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like he had to have been at some. Well, he will be.
Yeah, I don't know. Tomorrow night, Marnes is on lead vocals. The Wolves are at the Bulls preseason game. Tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Lonzo Ball expected to make his 2.5-year return to basketball. And, the Wolves keep trying to figure this out. When's the actual season opener? A couple weeks?
Tuesday in Los Angeles.
This Tuesday?
Yes.
So, 1 week from today?
Yes.
Yes.
I will be there.
What?
What?
No.
You're
You
going.
just wanted to set me up. You
Ladies
just
and
set me up.
gentlemen,
You're
can I please
going?
have your attention?
Good for you, Rose.
Who's going where?
Whoa.
Even Siri wants to know, apparently.
Visiting my son Nick, and we're going to take in the game and then working the Vikings-Rams game. It's a good sports weekend for the Vikings and the Wolves in L.A.
Do you guys go to Hooters before basketball games or just movies?
Just movies.
Yeah.
Are you going to see a film in Hollywood, California?
I don't know. I haven't talked to him about what our night off would be on Wednesday, but that's about the only.
Chris and Max both raved about that Saturday Night Live movie called Saturday Night.
I heard you guys talking about it, and I had to look it up. I thought it was on like a Netflix type thing, but it's actually at the theater, Max?
It's at the theater. It's phenomenal, Rose.
Is
if you
it?
have
I
any
love it.
interest in it, and I'm sure you were, watching it when it first came out.
Watched
so,
it.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Can I
So
ask
it's about
a
the
quick-
first episode?
First episode.
Yeah, first episode. It goes through the skits, like the production of it, and you get to see the skits, but as soon as the first episode actually starts,
So
it doesn't
they actually
show
have
the
actors
episode.
playing Chevy
Oh, yeah.
Chase and
Everyone.
Do they have
Aykroyd.
Carlin? Somebody playing Carlin?
Yep, they had Carlin too. Yeah, it's great. They had Andy Kaufman,
Oh, man.
Jim Henson, everybody. Yeah, it was a phenomenal movie. And
good.
I'm not one of those like huge SNL people. I like
Right.
hearing the stories about production and everything like that. But it even had me just
Well, it's been under
reading
the
as much as
radar.
possible
Huh.
about it. Yeah, it's amazing.
Okay. Good recommendation.
Sauce, yes or no? Sound like something you would like to see?
I would probably watch it. Yeah.
I think you'd like it, Sauce, because it's a lot like me and Hawk both described it as it's The Bear if it was about a TV show,
I'll watch
basically.
it. Did you guys have any of you seen The Joker yet?
Yes.
No.
Turned it off.
Really?
Yeah. Same.
It's that bad.
It's really that bad. Yeah. They just fundamentally don't understand the character of the Joker, and I don't even think they knew what they wanted to say about the character of the Joker. And the musical numbers are so contrived; it's unbelievably bad.
It's supposed to lose 150 to 200 million.
Whoa.
Yeah, they said it's gonna be like up there with The Flash as one of the biggest bombs. It's certainly for a
it's
comic book
that
movie.
bad.
It's really that bad.
Sauce, what's the subtitle again?
Foley Duax. Yeah, Joker. Foley a Duax.
Eddie Murphy's
A
character.
Brilliant. But yeah, it's I can't believe how bad it is.
It's so bad. I wasn't even doing it for the bit. I paused it and it was exactly halfway, and I was like, I just can't do another hour and 15 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's ridiculous. And the serious quote unquote parts of the movie, it feels like your friend in middle school that's gone through too many YouTube
boy.
rabbit holes. It's it's like trying to
It's
be
like listening to Randy.
edgy. Yeah, basically.
It makes me wanna
It's like Randy wrote the
gag.
movie.
Yeah. That sounds terrible.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Yeah.
And Joker's like having sex and gets Harley Quinn pregnant. It's a weird thing,
What?
man. Yeah, it's really
What?
weird.
Rosie's
Rosie just bought tickets.
No. Listen.
Whoa.
I think of the
Marge.
Joker. it's.
You want to see the
Ledger.
third one, which is Joker Menage a Trois,
Is that the name of it?
or as Sauce calls it, Managed Trucks.
That's like the old Jeopardy game on Speaking of SNL.
Yes.
That would be the
So good.
That was the best bit. I would laugh so hard I could barely. It's just. Yeah, Will Ferrell.
What?
I got another hot game show take, because obviously my take the last handful of weeks has been that they've made the final puzzle on Wheel easier since Seacrest took over.
Yeah.
Have they really?
Big time. We are underselling how good Ken Jennings is as a host. I know it's Trebek and it's hard to live up to Trebek. Jennings
very
is
good.
A+. He's so good at
You
that.
forget that he was the actual contestant.
And he was a
the
machine
best
as a
one.
contestant. He's an extremely good game show host.
Always perfect for that show.
I
Perfect.
don't think I've ever seen it.
He's fantastic.
understated.
Jeopardy's too much for me. I feel like I'm sitting watching TV with you because I feel like an idiot.
Well, most of the categories are not like many of us get many of the answers or the questions, I should say, but still enjoy it.
Yeah.
I do okay.
Yeah, Zach does okay.
Well, that's because you're stoned.
That's true. How do you do, Cor, when you watch?
He probably does very well. He's smart.
Again, I do solid at the regular one. Tournament of Champions, I get my ass kicked. I feel like I have no idea.
No.
And then Celebrity Jeopardy is the easiest thing that's ever been on TV.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It's an ego boost because you get like 95% of the questions right.
That I will watch because it's like fourth grade level.
But like
That's
I said
more
2
of
hours
my-
ago, if
my
you listen to the Power Trip Morning Show, you would have gotten the final Jeopardy question right yesterday, because it was in 2014, a company said that this mascot was the embodiment of a milkshake and a taste bud. And we learned on this show that Grimace is a taste bud.
Yeah.
So I got it.
Educating America. That's what you're doing.
Anybody ever have the Grimace shake? That looked good.
That was a year ago, right?
Yeah.
I never had it. Was it just a grape
I think so, yeah.
shake, or was it just a purple, like, vanilla make? Was it vanilla shake just
I don't
with
think it was
purple
grape,
dye?
though.
I don't know what it was.
That's what I'm saying. Was it just
wasn't
purple?
grape.
Vanilla but purple?
I think so.
No,
yeah.
it had a flavor. It was like it
Taste
was
bud.
a berry flavor.
Grimace.
A combination of vanilla and berry.
Yeah, that
Everybody's
sounds
right.
delicious.
But
Yeah.
vanilla and
Creasel's berry.
anything
Wow.
is good. Like vanilla and orange to get that dreamsicle.
Dude,
Button
orange, dreamsicle,
Yes.
the drink,
Marge.
Angie White Bear
That's what
Bar.
I'm trying to tell you.
Marge,
Yeah.
Grimace turned 52 last year.
He and I are almost the same age.
You could have dated him if he would have just
Just
gone to
think.
one of the Dakotas for high school.
Yeah, correct.
Just think.
He wanted to be a catcher.
Is he your type or not really?
He's a little lumpy.
Oh,
For me?
God, you're
Marge.
body shaming.
yes.
What about him as a personality? He seems like a sweet dude. Give the guy
Yeah,
a chance.
he does look like a good time.
You would have friend zoned him for sure.
It depends on the phase of my life that I was in, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Would I give Grimace a
answer.
chance?
So let's just say in your 20s, you might have gone out with him a couple of times.
Oh, poor Grimace.
I give
Or
it a shot,
Grimace.
yeah.
Man, can you imagine his
Marge.
pickup lines?
You want to?
I'd like to hear a couple if you have some in your head.
Go ahead, Zach.
Hey, baby, I'm a taste bud, so why don't you taste me?
Wow.
Jesus.
Okay.
What are you?
Sauce, what do you think one of Grimace's pickup lines would be if he was trying to hook up with Marnes?
Grimace?
Yeah.
The guy from McDonald's?
Same one.
Be like, hey, you want to see my Mayor McCheese? You want to see my Hamburglar? Yep.
Would that have worked,
Would
Marge?
he only ask me if I wanted to see parts of his body? Is that would that
And
be
he
the
just
only
named
conversation?
other McDonald's characters.
Yep. That's the only language he speaks.
Why
McDonald.
wouldn't he say, do you want to see my Big Mac?
Because I'm not smart like you.
Are you Hawk's dad? Because I'm ordering a number 2.
Is that still the 2 cheeseburger meal? Man, has
I don't
anyone?
know. Your order number has changed. It says. It used to be a 2 cheeseburger meal, right?
Yeah, correct. Yeah, that's what I said. Are you okay?
All right, let's just cut right to the chase. So would you or would you not date Grimace? You're going with no?
I'm gonna go with no. Yeah,
A little lumpy.
gonna go.
Button bar.
Guess Marnes is not into dad bods, I guess.
Yeah, and poor
Whatever.
Tim Herring. Don't call him that.
Herring.
Isn't that his name?
You talking about the golfer?
Yeah, wasn't it Lumpy?
Tim Herron.
Heron. Oh, I'm sorry, sports captain.
Yes, his nickname was Lumpy.
Yeah, Lumpy Wales.
He is a great dude.
Yeah, he's excellent.
Tim
Did you know Grimace was first introduced in 1971 as Evil Grimace?
Oh,
So to your point of personality, Corey, it's a no.
Yeah, but I think he got mislabeled. I think he was misunderstood. I don't think he actually was evil. I just think people gave him a bad rap. I think we've learned over the last 52 years that he's a sweetheart.
Well,
And you should have
when he
given him a chance.
first appeared, he stole all of the cups from McDonald Land to stop anyone from having milkshakes or Coca-Cola, according to this article.
well, kill him.
If it was Coke Freestyle,
God.
Zach would date him. Zach, would you date Grimace?
Of course.
If he had anything to do with Coke Freestyle, no.
Go freestyle. No.
What if he was stealing the Coke Freestyle stuff so no other people would drink it? Then he's doing the Lord's work.
I'd have to learn more. I don't want to commit to saying that I would date him without knowing much about him because that sort of predated me and other people younger
What?
than,
Good point.
because I didn't really see much of McDonald Land.
Rosie, are you glad you came back to do this show?
I'm
Yeah, do you
second
miss
guessing
evil
my
Grimace?
thoughts right now, but
We've done 7 straight minutes on who
Grimace.
here would date Grimace and why.
What about you, Cor? Would you date Grimace or Birdie the early bird?
What?
Apparently there's a female chicken.
Look, I'm not trying to be racist, but I'm just not into purple people.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think I could date a...
Barney.
Again,
Yep, same thing.
not my type. Sorry.
Same thing.
You know what? I know Barney. I could get crazy with Barney.
Relax.
You could get crazy with Barney.
You need to stop.
I never thought I'd ever hear on the
You need to
radio.
stop doing drugs.
Well, Selena Gomez was on Barney, was she not? And now she's a billionaire.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
It's a good place to be.
All right,
How is she a billionaire?
We've wasted
He
enough
loves
people's
me.
time. Let's just come back. We'll do headlines. Jonathan Greenard, who also wears purple, and he seems like a sweetheart, but so does Grimace. We'll talk to him in like 20 minutes about the 5-0 Minnesota Vikings. More of the Power Trip with Marnie Gellner and Mark Rosen after this on The Fan.
The Fan.
KFAN and 2 Men and a Junk Truck want to help you win $1,000. $1,000 in your hand every weekday on The Fan. The Fan. 2 Men and a Junk Truck expects to exceed your expectations, leaving you with less stress at the same time, bringing you more space, more room, and more peace of mind. Head to 2menandajuncktruck.com today to schedule your junk removal service.
Just hold up.
Internet that's everything you imagine, and then some. Quantum Fiber, your world unleashed. Sign up today for an internet service monthly rate with peace of mind.
We call it Take and Bake Tuesday.
From the gas pumps in Granite Falls to the ice chest in Isanti, the Minnesota Lottery's Vikings scratch game is here. These are the concrete coliseums where we challenge chance and chase glory, where we pursue our passion and dare to dream. These are the stadiums where we come to play. Get in the game.
Clean your carpets. I would argue in the fall in Minnesota, when you are headed for hibernation, and most of us spend a lot of time in our homes the next 5 or 6 months, this is a good time of year to remind yourself, get your carpets cleaned, get your air duct system cleaned, all the stuff that got dragged in over the summer months and early fall months here. Let's make sure that's out of the house and not circulating during the winter months in Minnesota. So if you call 952-0-RES and get your carpets cleaned right now, you can get 3 rooms for just $129 if you mention KFAM. And back to that air duct system for a second, $75 off any air duct cleaning package you book if you simply mention KFAN. Again, 2 ways to get a hold of them, 952-0-RES or zeroresminnesota.com for your home, your cabin, your business, air duct cleaning, carpet cleaning, upholstery, tile, rugs. What do you need cleaned? Let Zero-Res do it, 952-0-RES.
Standard Water repairs foundations. Cracks in your basement walls, bowing walls, or settling foundation? Standard Water is the foundation repair expert since 1977. Free basement foundation repair and waterproofing estimates at standardwater.com. Standardwater.com.
Hey, it's Corey Cove, KFAN, with some awesome news from my friends at OVO LASIK and Lens. If you've been thinking about getting LASIK, now is the perfect time to get to OVO because they just keep doing what they always do, which is constantly winning awards. OVO has just swept the Minnesota Best Awards, taking gold for LASIK, eye surgery, and eye care. And that's not all. Dr. Mark Lobanoff has just been named Minnesota's top doc by Minnesota Monthly. So don't wait any longer. OVO always offers a free LASIK consultation. So that's right, you can find out if you are a LASIK candidate for free. Plus, OVO has the best price guarantee, so you know you're getting the best deal. And for a limited time, you can take advantage of 24 months of interest-free financing, no down payment, no interest for 2 years. It's pretty sick. Imagine living life without glasses or contacts, like in my case, for as low as just $4 a day. The legends of LASIK are at OVO LASIK and Lens. Dr. Mark Lobanoff and Dr. David Whiting. This is the place to go, so if you are ready to see the world clearly, schedule your free LASIK exam at OVOEye.com. That's OVOEYE.com, or call 877-OVO-EYES. It's OVO LASIK and Lens, OVOEye.com.
My grandpa, Jim Warner, treated his customers like family. Warner Stellian is still doing that today. I'm Angela Warner, and to thank you for 70 years, Warner Stellian Appliance is offering unbeatable savings, like free dishwasher installation and no interest for 2 years with your Warner's card. Plus, go to WarnerStellian.com for a $70 coupon you won't find anywhere else. These deals end October 16th, so hurry into one of our 10 Minnesota stores. You'll love your new appliances and Warner Stellian.
Hey, Tenna B here for Underdog Fantasy, the best place to play fantasy sports. And we got a lot of sports going on right now. You can play fantasy football, Fantasy hockey season underway. Fantasy basketball on the horizon. You can still play fantasy baseball with the Major League Baseball playoffs still going on. You can do it all at Underdog Fantasy. You can do drafts. You can also play the Pick'em game. That's where you can win up to 1,000 times your money just by choosing higher or lower on your favorite player stats. Making picks on Underdog is straightforward. Signing up, even easier. Just head over to Underdog's simple-to-use mobile app or go to UnderdogFantasy.com. Sign up with the promo code KFAN, and Underdog will give you a free pick to use on your first cash pick'em entry. Plus, up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you deposit. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code KFAN, to claim your new customer special of a free pick and your deposit offer. Must be 18 plus and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. If you're concerned with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
It's the Friday Football Feast. This week at Buffalo Wild Wings in Monticello, 9 to noon on FM 100.3 KFAN, The Fan. You're listening live to The Power Trip on iHeartRadio and FM 100.3 KFAN, The Fan.
See two of the biggest names in folk rock as they take the stage together. Don't miss out when the Avid Brothers and Trampled by Turtles co-headline the XL Energy Center on October 24th. Tickets are still available for this incredible show. For more info and to get yours today, head over to KFAN.com, keyword calendar.
All right, lots to get to between now and 9 o'clock. We'll get to headlines in a second. Then Jonathan Greenard in about 10 minutes or so. We haven't checked in with him in a couple of weeks because they were on the bye last week. After the London game, but they're back at it. Lions and Vikings Sunday right here on The Fan. 5-0 versus 4-1. Giant game. I don't think any of us thought this game was going to matter that much when this season started. Now it means a ton. The Vikings win. They got a giant lead in the division. With the tiebreaker and the gap in the wins and losses, this would be a massive win.
And on paper, some very, very winnable games in the month of November when they get past the next, You think the Rams are just a pushover?
Yeah, the Rams are terrible. Their defense is super.
How about if the Vikings win on Sunday? The Chiefs are playing the 49ers.
Yes, they are.
If the Niners beat the Chiefs, we're the last undefeated team in the NFL.
Yeah.
No one would have guessed that.
After the Lions,
undefeated.
they play at the Rams. The Rams are bad, but might get Kupp and the other guy back.
That's what
Puka.
Then they play at Jacksonville.
Puka that close to coming back?
I think so.
Yeah, they are.
They get at Jacksonville, who is, or excuse me, they play the Colts here. The Colts aren't good. Then they play at Jacksonville. Terrible.
Win.
And then at Max's Titans, who
win.
They are better off not having a quarterback. He's so bad.
Every week he does something
I
laugh
you
out
guys
loud.
talked
ridiculous.
about it, but did you see on Sunday he ran out of bounds and ran over, I think, like a ball boy?
He didn't even look back
He
at
didn't
him.
even look back.
No, I think the guy tore his ACL or something.
Help him up. Ask him if he's okay. He just ran back
I think
on
in
the
the heat
field.
of the moment, I want to give him benefit of the doubt that, he probably thought
Will
he knocked
Levis
the
is a
guy over,
bonehead.
but he just turned around and the poor guy got destroyed.
Rosie!
Well, that was kind of funny.
And then at the Bears on Monday night, then the Cardinals. That is a
super winnable schedule.
You should win 4 of those.
And Kirk comes back here.
Yeah, that'll be great.
December 8th. Yeah. Well, that's a long ways away. My God.
That team looks good, though, too.
They are.
Falcons are figuring it out.
Yeah, they are good.
It's going to be a tough game. All right.
Now it's time for Headlines.
Headlines brought to you by our friends at Wolf River Electric. Go solar.
Solo.
With Wolf River Electric. Get some solar panels put on.
There you go.
Just like I did.
Yeah, do that.
It's easy. They're super nice. They'll walk you through it. All right, maybe you guys saw the list. We don't need to go through the whole list. I just want to use this as a jumping off point to talk about music for a second. But Rolling Stone released the 50 most disappointing albums of all time. Based on anticipation or whatever album preceded it. It's like, what was the most disappointing album of all time? At number 1, they have 1972's Sometime in New York City by John Lennon is the most disappointing album ever.
I have no idea. Yeah, no idea.
Album 2, 1967's Their Satanic Majesty's Request by the Rolling Stones. Number 3 is Bob Dylan's Self-Portrait from 1970. Number 4 is 1984's Tonight by David Bowie. And this is, before I saw the list, I had a hunch this was going to be number 1. Yeah. But number 5, they have Guns N' Roses' Chinese Democracy, only because GNR fans waited forever forever.
Yeah, forever.
For it
was
to come
terrible.
out, and everybody hated it. So it's like you wait, 90 years for them to finally put it out, and then it sucked.
It was
that was number 5. I'm surprised it's not number 1.
Maybe the artwork on those albums was tremendous, and people still bought them anyway for that, because that used to be a big thing, just to say, look at that album cover is sweet.
And you roll joints on it.
I have one for me that jumps off as most disappointing. Anybody else? I'll say mine just to see if anybody else has it. Anybody else have one off the top of their head that you were
that's a great
super
question.
excited for, and you're like, dear God, what a waste of time. Why did I wait for this?
Well, Baha Men's follow-up to...
Who Let the Dogs Out?
Yeah, that was
all of us thought they were going to tell us.
Yeah.
So disappointing.
Have they told us yet?
That's a really good question, Corey.
When I say mine, Sauce, you're going to go, God dang it, 100%.
I'm telling you, and I don't know what you're going to say, but we've worked together
Ready?
long enough.
Foo Fighters.
Whatever
for me.
you say.
Yep. It was
I'm
one
gonna
of the
agree with.
biggest drop-offs from greatness to
Oh, I know what you're going to say.
go.
Wait, no, I don't. Say it.
Smashing Pumpkins, Ava Adore.
I knew he was going to say that.
That's pretty bad.
Right? Melancholy was like, wow, this is amazing. And then their next album was so bad. And honestly,
Every song, the whole
the whole album was garbage. And I've been off the Pumpkins bandwagon ever since. But Siamese Dream and Melancholy are 2 of my favorite albums ever.
Those are all-time albums.
And then it was just, oh boy. So I would say Ava Adore is my most disappointing album of all time.
And they've never come back? They've
had some songs that other people have liked, but it's just never hit me like those 2 did. But I also was, 12 or 13 and 15-ish when those other 2 albums came out. It just hit me at the right time in my life, too.
Bush's follow-up album to 16 Stone wasn't that good.
Razor Blade
That was
Suitcase,
not
I think
that
it was
good.
called.
I mean, 16 Stone is one of the best albums of the 90s. That's
But that
got
album
9
had a couple of good songs, right? Like
Yeah.
Swallowed was fine. They had a couple of good songs. It just wasn't as good as
Zach's favorite
16
song?
Stone.
Yeah.
But that's fair.
I can't think
Anybody
of
else
Rosie,
have one
don't
off the
stare
top
at
of
me
your
like
head, though?
that.
Yeah, Kanye West, The Life of Pablo. That's when the music started to take a downturn, and shortly after that, that's when the public persona and mental health of Kanye started to take a downturn. But at that point, he hadn't missed since 2004. He went on a run from 2004 to 2016 where he pretty much produced masterpieces after
Graduation
masterpiece.
is one of the greatest albums of all time.
Easily. So, same with Late Registration.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
808s and Heartbreaks was awesome, man. And then he just went completely downhill after that. So that's the one that comes to mind. It is on this list, actually.
Marins, Rosie, anything you can think of that where
Boy.
you were super disappointed?
That last Taylor Swift album just kind of.
Oh, you can't say that. You can't say that. Everything.
My daughter Harper is a Swiftie, and she said the same thing. She thinks Tortured Poets Department is one of her worst
Well,
albums.
see,
No,
great
you
minds
can't-
think alike.
but here's
She's
the thing,
10,
though.
and she says it's not that good.
You can't say that. Everything
Why?
she puts out, even before that album came out, everybody
Why
was
are you being so
basically saying
sarcastic?
it was going to be the greatest album of all time. You can't badmouth Taylor Swift.
Man, in the last
Don't
year,
do
I've
that.
listened to so much T Swift because she is
'Cause
in
you
her
tuck dance
T
to it?
Swift era. I just don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't either. But you can't say bad things about it. It's the greatest music ever created.
I was going to mention some jazz albums, but Lieber might be listening.
What? Does Lieber hate jazz?
Oh, yeah. God, he went
Did
off
I
on
miss
it.
that yesterday?
And he's right. Jazz sucks, but he went
It does
hard.
not suck.
He
Come
went
on.
hard into jazz yesterday.
Oh, my God.
Ben's right.
Oh.
25 years ago today, one of the greatest movies of all time was released. The 25-year anniversary of
Pulp Fiction.
That's
No,
30.
that's 30.
That
Oh,
was
that's
yesterday.
right.
Yesterday, I think it celebrated
That's
30.
right. I saw the picture.
Today is 25 for
So 1999?
fantastic math.
Thanks, Captain.
Wow, 99.
Button bar. Is it a serious
Is it
film?
comedy or a drama?
Drama.
American Beauty.
It's a great movie. But
That probably was right around that
Yeah,
time
it
as
was.
well. Fight Club came out today in 1999. So good.
I wish we could talk
it
about
was.
it.
That's funny stuff.
Thank you.
It's very good, Marty. See, that's clever.
That was clever, Marnes. Check this one out, Marnes. A 39-year-old guy is big time or was big time into crypto. He is an IT engineer in Wales, and he almost got rich off of Bitcoin. Almost. Here's the key. In 2013, he had a hard drive with 8,000 Bitcoins. 8,000. But he accidentally threw it away. Because when he threw it away, it wasn't worth much, didn't really care. He mined them in 2009 when they were essentially worthless, but then forgot about it. He only remembered after crypto blew up just a couple of months after that he had tossed the drive out while cleaning his desk. Those 8,000 Bitcoins today would be worth about $500 million.
Come on.
But the drive is buried under a mountain of trash and has been for over a decade. Well, he's in the news because he is suing his city council for almost the amount of money it would be worth because they won't let him go dig for it.
Wow.
He's been begging him for months to let him search. They won't let him. He is suing for the full amount of the Bitcoins, which would be $647 million. He claims he has assembled a team that can excavate the site and find the bag that his hard drive is in. He roughly knows where it might be. He thinks it would cost around $13 million to perform this dig. Jeez. And he's apparently secured the funding to do it. Hey, if you can get 647, it's worth investing.
Right. I didn't realize that's how much a digging through the garbage would cost.
He has also offered the city 10% of what he recovers, so around $50 million or so. They still won't budge. They won't let him do it.
Wow.
Is it illegal?
What's the reason why?
Reasons?
To go into a landfill, probably. They say digging up that much trash would cause an environmental disaster to the surrounding area. What does that say about that landfill anyway?
Right.
It could take 3 years of digging plus another year to bury it all over again. James says his plan is to use the lawsuit as leverage. He's hoping they'll let him dig to avoid a long and expensive
what city is
legal
this in?
battle.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I missed that.
This is in the UK somewhere.
Oh, the UK, okay.
But what a weird spot. Think of, again, this is the equivalent of dropping a lottery ticket on the ground, but then knowing where you dropped it, but then looking for it. He thinks he knows where it might be. It might take 3 years to dig and find it, but it's over $500 million. That's like the equivalent of a shipwreck.
Yeah.
Like, how do I get to the bottom of the sea to uncover this or recover this? He has $500 million in Bitcoins buried in trash.
Man.
But he threw it
away.
Correct.
So where do we stand?
Look in the mirror.
Are we with this guy or with the city?
Well, the city has obvious reasons. I mean, they can profit from it, but it's got to be pretty compelling reasons why he can't do it.
That's got to absolutely ruin his life, and I don't blame him for doing whatever. I mean, yuck.
Yep.
Yeah.
He could be partial owner of the Twins if he just gets that garbage.
Right, yeah. And talks to Bonus.
Marnes, were you into Rainbow Bright growing up? Or did you miss that Rainbow Bright wave?
No. I lived through I don't know that I was into it, but I definitely lived through it. Went to a couple of Rainbow Bright themed birthday parties.
I'm sure you did. Well, they're bringing it back. Rainbow Bright being resurrected for a new movie and TV series. They're going to try to recapture that 80s magic of Rainbow Bright.
Really?
Coming back.
Oh.
I don't know if anybody cares, but it's coming back.
I would not have put Rainbow Bright in the category of big enough to be able to resurrect.
Agreed.
And build a franchise around.
Yeah.
Strawberry Shortcake, maybe. Holly Hobby, maybe.
My Little Pony, sure.
Milo, for sure.
Cabbage Patch Kids,
the
sure.
Munchie-Cheese.
The what now?
Although those are terrifying.
What?
The Munchie cheese? Yeah.
We talked about this in the past. I feel like we've
Munchie
talked about this and we had no idea what you were
The
talking about.
Munchie cheese are back, by the way.
What
Mark.
is that?
They're back. They're in the stores again,
It's a little fuzzy, sort of kind of monkey looking, but very cute. And the thing was they sucked their thumbs. It was in the theme song. Munchie.
I don't remember that at all.
Put a thumb in her mouth. She's
My
really
dog
neat.
has one.
Fun
She
to
loves
wiggle her
doing
little feet.
Oh, yeah.
I was alive for all but 3 months in the 80s, and I don't remember that for 1 second.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're fully
Interesting. A Frontier Airlines passenger demanded that an aircraft return to the gate at San Diego International Airport while shouting that she was the president of the United States and that she owned 7 continents, which is all of them.
That's pretty much takes care of the whole world.
Is she lying?
Woodhawk?
Yeah.
I don't know. She's flying Frontier.
But she's bossy.
Yeah.
And
She takes charge.
And Chris is a landowner in Scotland.
Yeah.
Right.
So maybe he would respect that she's the president and owns all 7 continents.
Yeah.
So she just wanted to go back because she wanted to.
Well, she probably had big time meetings with other diplomats.
Yeah,
Maybe
I guess
forgot
so.
to pay taxes on one of her continents. That'd be a problem.
Yeah.
Big problem.
Well, you know who can afford to pay those taxes?
Jonathan Greenard.
Jonathan Greenard of the Minnesota Vikings, 100%. He's got the money. Hi, Jonathan. Good morning.
Hey, how y'all doing? Long time no talk, huh?
Yeah, it's been a couple of weeks. With the bye week, we didn't get a chance to talk to you last week. And about an hour ago, I referenced that, in the bye week, when you are a multimillionaire, it doesn't matter if you're famous or not. When you have millions of dollars and you have a week or two to do whatever you want, you could party all over the world. You could take private jets. You could be just clubbing nonstop. But if anybody follows Jonathan Greenard on Instagram, you would see that Jonathan spent time at apple orchards.
Yes, I did. I definitely had to have some time. I did not want to see a plane, until I had to see another one.
Whose idea was that? Your significant others or yours? Because in my house, I love apple orchards, but my wife is not the biggest fan.
So it actually was. I'm pretty sure, and she'll probably argue me down for it. I'm the one that was like, "Hey, let's go do something Friday or Saturday. Let's go to pumpkin patch or an orchard, something like that." And that kind of just was the catalyst for her to say, "Oh, we're actually doing something here. Let's do it." So she kind of found that one, but I was definitely one who spearheaded, like, "Hey, let's go do that." So, it was definitely a fun experience. I loved it. I love those type of things in small towns, and I'm a small town kid as well. So we've had those a lot in our hometown back in Georgia. So understanding that and definitely wanting to spend quality time or moments that you just can't get back. That was one of the ones that we definitely made it a point to do.
Hey, Nerd Dog, good morning. It's Marnie. I saw a video on your Instagram as well of your daughter walking. Did she take her first steps recently?
Yeah, so her birthday was on the 24th. It was the weekend we played Houston, ironically. She took maybe like 2 baby steps with my sister the night before. And when I tell you, we took her to the grandparents' house for when we went to London. And as soon as we came back from London, man, she's literally walking, pretty much running now at this point. So that transition gave me no time to adjust. I went from taking maybe 2 steps to all of a sudden now I got to keep my head on the swivel and making sure she don't the illegal crackback block on me. Now my head is truly on the swivel around the house.
Jonathan, from a player's perspective, speaking of London, is it a necessary evil when you get, in this case, the Vikings had technically a home game there, but the travel, the hassle of finding, just kind of getting your body clock all straightened out and coming back, at least you had the bye. But what are your thoughts about it and just continuing to play these NFL games in London?
Yeah, I love what they're trying to do. I love that obviously trying to expand the game to a global. I mean, it's already, I feel like in my opinion, it's on a global status. But somebody did ask that, and I said, yeah, I feel like they could have done everything that we did over there in the States, and would have had no problem. However, I do understand where they're going with it. But if they are going to do it, the field conditions have to be better. Like I said, Tottenham, that was an amazing stadium, historic stadium that I personally playing in just because of, I'm a big soccer fan I was growing up. But it kind of sprinkled a little bit down where the weather was kind of little, wanted to get at it. I tell you, as soon as an inch of water hit that turf, we were everywhere. So that was one thing. And obviously the travel, as you mentioned, was the hassle in itself. But it wasn't the worst. I've taken longer flights, but to each his own to go there. But the food aspect is going to be different because you're so used to eating, obviously, what you have over here, the variety of things in the States. And, it's a little bit different over there. So from a taste bud standpoint and what you actually have access to was kind of a little bit of a difficult transition. But all of that goes into it. I feel like that's what makes, I feel like that's why they pay us the big bucks to try to find a way to make it work. But yeah, to answer that question, all of those things definitely played a factor. But hey, it's what the league does. We just follow it, honestly.
The biggest game this weekend is the Lions at the Minnesota Vikings. You guys have one loss between both of you. The one loss, of course, is the Lions. How do you guys prepare for this high-octane offense you're going to see on Sunday?
Yeah, man. They're really, really well-coached team. I think Ben Johnson is their OC. I mean, he's been doing an amazing job. Continuing to just dialing up plays and, scheming things up based off of what he sees throughout the game and stuff like that. So we're well aware of what they bring to the table. The physicality aspect, just they run a variety of different plays and get in many different looks. The window dress some things up and just, try to keep on your toes and then they also have that aspect. They can just kind of just One more time, sorry, it was breaking up. Yes, just the whole aspect that they can just line up and stuff and just run the football at you, and be very physical, So I think with having all of those things, playing a factor, and they're playing really good ball. And obviously, we're the undefeated team, the top dog in the division right now, so I'm sure they're going to come in obviously a little bit more chip on their shoulder. But it's going to be a great game. I'm super excited to be a part of this rivalry, this game in general, because the environment is really going to be something special. I believe the bank is going to be amazing. The fans are just going to make this place completely difficult for the offense to hear anything, and obviously the defense as well. So I expect the hostile environment on our end. I expect us to make sure that we go in there with a mindset to dominate, and I feel like they're going to do the same, and it's going to be a battle for sure.
Jonathan Greenard, Minnesota Vikings defender, joins the Power Trip Morning Show every Tuesday during the football season. And Jonathan, speaking of Ben Johnson and that Lions offense, if you've seen the last couple of weeks, they're getting super crazy with offensive linemen. They try to get Penei Sewell a touchdown. They do laterals. They do additional lineman reporting. As a defender, a guy that's coming off the edge, when you know that offensive lineman might be a part of the game plan, how much does that on tape have to change what you guys do defensively?
It changes and it doesn't. I feel like mentality-wise, it doesn't change anything. From a personnel standpoint, it could change based off of, what formation they give us. And obviously him declaring as eligible, what he can't do, what we could get out of certain looks, who they like to run these plays with. Obviously, like you said, Penei Sewell had a couple of ways to try to get in the end zone. Decker as well, I think he tried to go for a route in the back of the end zone, I think a 7 route. They try a lot of things, but I feel like the key to that as well is, not letting them feel comfortable enough to do these things. I feel like they did these things when they were up against Dallas, and it's kind of like they were toying with them at a point. And I feel like as a defense, on my end, that's disrespect, but it's sort of the same thing as saying, well, they won't run these plays if you stop them early on, and you make sure that they have to actually instead of trying to run some trickery stuff to play around with you, because I feel like they're just playing with their food at that point. So we're looking at it, and we're making sure that they don't get to these points where they can go try to play. In my opinion, they're literally toying with their opponent at that point. So, we're definitely looking to stop that and make sure none of that happens.
Oh, you were cutting out there for a second.
Yeah.
I think we got you back.
I think we're okay. Yeah, Jonathan, I was going to ask you real quick. Continuity is always such a big deal in the NFL. It's like, well, we got to play together for a couple of years. When did you sense that yourself and Van Ginkel, and Cashman would kind of just be a team already? I mean, in your position group as well, because it's almost unheard of to see the kind of success you're having this early in the season and this early as a team on defense.
Yeah, I think early on, I think when we first signed, like I said, I didn't know much about Gink. I believe Camus knew a good bit when he was in Miami, I believe. But just in general, I just knew that I've always known about him. I've always known that he was a guy that obviously made these pick sixes like that. That was a very dynamic player. He can be in coverage. He can rush the passer, play off the ball as an off-the-ball linebacker. So we knew that what he brought to the table. I already knew what Cash brought to the table being with him for the past 2 years. And I feel like when you got guys like that, selfless guys that are all still trying to chase that common goal, it's very easy to adapt to these guys. It's very easy to do these things for these guys. It doesn't take any hesitation at all. We're just pretty much saying, hey, look, your number's called, go make the play, or my number's called, make the play. We never know whose number is going to be called. We just do our jobs, and I feel like everybody feeds off that, and I see that once they, the players that are making the most plays and the top of that they are. It's kind of infectious to be like those people and make sure that you're doing everything just like them to do your job for them so they can make those plays and vice versa. It's so easy to play for one another on this team, and I think that's the best part about being here is the selflessness and the want to forever is behind every person that steps foot on that field.
Good luck on Sunday, Jonathan. We'll talk to you down the road. Big game on Sunday, man. Good luck.
Thanks, Jonathan.
Thank y'all again. Have a good one.
Bye.
Jonathan Greenard of the Minnesota Vikings. Yeah, we should have asked which one.
Yeah.
Free advertising for one of them.
Sure. There's so many good ones around.
Yeah, there are.
But Kelly doesn't like
Can't go wrong.
She does, but She don't. No, I love them.
Yeah.
I think she
they're
thinks it's
fabulous.
weird that I love apple orchards.
Best part about an apple orchard is
cider.
The gift shop.
Gift shop.
because
You get cinnamon apple donuts.
nailed it. That's the
There
best
you go.
part. The donuts are the
Correct.
best part.
Or the
Forget the
pre-made
apples,
apple
just give me the
pies, which
donuts.
I know you don't eat, but those are excellent as well. I love apple orchards. I would go to one all year round, but I don't think that's a thing.
It's
Not in
pretty
this
tough.
state.
No.
They're not as fun in January
No,
and
not at-
February.
No,
Wait.
but apples are great all the time. I
Sure.
love apples.
Sure.
Apple pie, all of it. A+.
Kelly will love apple orchards, pumpkin patches.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Once the little one is here.
Of course. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Great picture taking opportunities
Can't wait.
too, with the colors in the fall.
And I realize that we're going to have to do a Christmas card.
Wait, what? Oh, I know what you just said.
Well, payback's a bitch. We're all going to throw your
boy.
card away.
We can all tear up your
Because
cards.
as you've said for years,
Christmas
no one
card.
cares about other people's kids.
Right.
No, correct.
So
I don't expect you to care about
cute
my
little
kid.
Paul Jr. on his first
Yep.
ever Christmas
Yep.
card, right in the garbage.
Right.
Well, you're not
Don't
even
even bother sending one.
You'll really be walking the line though this coming Christmas because the due date is right around there.
January, yeah.
But if
Early
she goes a
January.
little early,
Yeah.
you got to take a quick pick and get that thing out.
Yeah. Whoa. I mean, hopefully he's wow, button bar.
Button.
Wow, that might be the State Fair T-shirt. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We'll have to do
I
a
can't
Christmas
wait.
card.
You know how many
we're all
people are
gonna
going to
enjoy
film
this.
themselves
100%.
throwing your Christmas card
I
away?
deserve it.
And
Yes.
Kel's going to be mad. Right, Kel
Yep.
births a beautiful baby boy with a giant head, and that
He
kid
doesn't
should
have
be
a giant head.
Well, we'll see. But that kid deserves to be on refrigerators across the Twin Cities,
Right.
but he won't be because we're going to throw it in the garbage just like you have. Because our kids have been in the garbage for years.
I don't throw. I don't think. Why don't you don't even send me one anymore?
Well, even when I do, I'm not on it.
Yeah.
It's just my girls.
Oh yeah, I
the
forgot
girls.
about that.
Because, quote, we couldn't find a good picture of you, and, quote, we didn't think you would notice. That is a
Direct quote.
true story.
That's funny.
I
That is not
watched
an
a video
exaggeration.
of you throwing
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
a
We all have.
Christmas card of my
Yours
beloved
goes
children.
right in the trash. Yep. Which one? Oh, the Creasels is the only one I don't throw out.
Why?
Because I love him and he's kind.
You don't love the rest of us?
Yeah, what's the matter
Well,
with
I
that?
don't get one from Rosie.
Well,
I don't get one from you
come on.
anymore because I don't want to see a picture of you.
I'm not in it.
Marn sends me
Don't worry
one.
about it.
Yeah.
And it goes
It's so
right to the
weird.
trash.
We couldn't find it. I would
She
be
actually
crushed.
said we couldn't find a good picture of you, and we didn't think you would notice. Yeah, I
What
noticed.
if they used the three of them looking out on some scenery, this beautiful photo, and they just like cropped in your head like a fat head, and you're like
Well, I'm
looking
not
at the
in it.
camera. It's,
Oh.
it's a complete chop job.
Whoa.
They're not even trying to match it, but they're just
Those are not
acknowledging.
fun, by the way.
Yeah. No,
They're just
not
acknowledging
cheap.
like he also is in the family.
It's just funny because every picture I took of the three of them in England or Scotland, I'm like, well, this is probably the Christmas card because it's
Right.
not
You're not in it.
involving me.
Oh.
And again, every one of those pictures looks like they're staring off into the sunset, ready to start a new life without me.
Yeah, right. That's their goal.
It's tough though because if you don't have another person that you're with to take the photos, you become the designated photo taker, and
Yep.
then you need to bring with you some sort of contraption to hold the camera and put it on a timer.
Right. Or,
those are your
or you're
options.
one of
I
those,
remember
the
those
dumb
days.
Americans using a selfie stick all over the place, and
Oh,
all the
no one-
Europeans are shaking their heads at
You don't
us.
see those anymore, do you?
Not much.
Oh, they're out. They're out and about.
Are they really?
They're still
Oh, yeah.
there.
I have not seen
Just
one.
not as much as they used to be, but they're still out there. A woman in the UK named Karen, unfortunately, her name is Karen. She was recently laid off by her employer, IAG. That is the parent company, apparently, of British Airways. She filed a claim against them. She's suing them because she did not get a farewell card.
Come on.
What?
Now, there's other reasons, but that was the
I
thing
would
that
say
apparently
that.
put her over the edge was she did
No
not get a
farewell card.
farewell card after she got let go. Paul,
She's
your hands
suing
up.
Woodhawk. Of course he would. She's spiteful.
Probably. It might be over for vinyl. Vinyl sales
Really?
down 33% this year. Remember the last couple of years it's had a
resurgence.
rebirth,
Yeah.
resurgence. 33% down from a year
Wonder
ago.
why.
because they're $5,000.
Yeah,
if
correct.
you buy
That's
them
probably
new,
why.
and you could just go to Half Price Books and get some
correct.
good oldies for like $5.
Oh, Good Oldies is a website Hawk goes to.
Oh, for sure. He owns the domain name.
A police department in Hawaii is trying to remind locals that if you find an unexploded grenade, just call the police and leave it alone. Don't bring it to the police station like one resident did this weekend.
On.
Don't bring it to the station. Just call and say, I found a grenade.
Is this a toy?
And last but not least,
Button bar.
last but not least, I have so many questions, and luckily we don't have time to ask them all. If you've seen the movie Inception, this probably sounds a little familiar. A neurotech company claims to have achieved the first two-way communication between two individuals while they were lucid dreaming.
Oh, my. It is out of Inception.
I mean, obviously, I call BS unless they can prove it, but they claim they have proof that they had two-way communication between two people that were lucid dreaming.
I can't.
Dreams are going to get greasy if that's a thing.
No kidding.
Oh, yeah.
Calm down.
How
Zach.
How long? Like, how close do you have to be?
Why? Who do you want to lucid dream?
Why,
with?
you're going to build a condominium next to J.J. McCarthy's house and hope that he sleeps a lot?
Put an antenna on your head?
Are you going to find the guy who played Eric Menendez?
Oh, yeah. Cooper?
Yeah, right?
Just lighting it up right now. He's having a moment.
Well, you
not a prosthetic, by the way, Sauce.
Really?
Yeah, he was on Watch What Happens Live last night on Bravo. He confirmed it.
Shocking, you watched it.
No.
Rosie, thanks for your time. Marty,
My
good luck in
pleasure.
Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
But see you back Friday for initials,
I'll be
right?
back on Friday, yes.
All right.
Lynx tomorrow night.
What time
Wolves
will that
tomorrow
be?
night.
Yeah.
Jessica St. Thomas tomorrow night. Lot going on.
A lot going on for Marins, but
7
good luck in
o'clock
Chicago.
for all of them.
Sweet.
It is.
Rosie, see you tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Look forward to it.
All right.
Bye,
9
Rose.
to noon is next. Power Trip returns 5:30 to 9. Thanks for checking out the Power Trip podcast, available on all podcast platforms, including iHeartRadio. See you tomorrow.
To listen back to today's Power Trip Morning Show or to hear previous shows, podcast us on the iHeartRadio app or KFAN.com.
KFAN Total Traffic.
From the Quick Trip Traffic Center, here's a look at the roads. 35W northbound stop and go from the Burnsville split to Highway 13. An accident on the left shoulder, and that's in the construction zone. 694 westbound still tight central.
Internet that's everything you imagine, and then some. Quantum Fiber, your world unleashed. Sign up today and get internet with a price for life. Keep your internet service monthly rate for as long as you keep your plan. Internet service monthly rate subject to continued plan availability.